Hi guys, it's Jamila here from Slapp. Today I'm going to be doing a video on my everyday makeup look for summer. This is my everyday makeup look at the moment for summer. It's been a heat wave in London the last few weeks. It's actually been quite cold last week, but before that it was a heat wave. It was like 30 degrees in London. It was absolutely boiling, and these are the makeup products I've just been using every day. So I thought I would take you through them and do a very quick demo. So I'm just going to get into it, but if you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slapp family. And without further ado guys, here is the video. When it is super hot, you really don't want much on your skin, and a lot of the time I don't wear anything, but on the occasions that I do need to wear something, I wear some things. At the moment the only primer I'm using, the Dior Forever Glow Veil, just because it's quite white. I've got it on now, it's got a glow but it's got a little bit of whiteness to it, but because my tints and foundations are a lot richer than they would normally be, they really counter the whiteness of this very well. It's not very white as you can see, but like it has a very slight pearlescence if I don't rub it in very well. So I just like wearing it in summer. Also it's the only one that I've like got that's fairly new, and it feels like a good time to try it. It gives me a glow without making me too shiny. One of my favorite tints of this year has been the MAC Strobe Dewy Skin Tint, but I actually find this a bit too dewy and a bit too shiny and illuminating for summer. So my favorite summer tints are the Rare Beauty Skin Tint. This is the Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer, SPF 20 in the shade 48W. I really like this. It's a perfect summer shade for me. It's lightweight, it's glowy, it doesn't feel too heavy on. It is very glowy though. It's easy. It does sometimes give me texture, but at the moment it hasn't been doing that. I've just been reaching for it a lot. I look very tired because I actually am. I woke up from a nap and started doing some work, and then I realised I don't have any time between now and Sunday evening to do this video. So today was the time, 8 o'clock, actually I think 8:45 p.m. on a Saturday. Oh no, on Friday. Don't even know the day. 8:45 on a Friday p.m. was the time to do it. So that's why the lighting isn't as good as it usually is. It doesn't look as bright because the sun is setting. As you can see, it's a really, really good match. It's super chill. It does give a bit of a glow, but nothing too wild, and you can build it up, which is what I'm doing just to kind of show you. Usually for summer I use a cream concealer. I have 3 favourite cream concealers. They are the RMS Beauty Uncover Up in 66, the Nars Soft Radiant in Amande, classique, and the Glossier Deep, which I think is actually G3 stretch concealer. Very good kind of no makeup concealer. The Dual Backstage is a really, really good summer concealer because it dries down to actually stay put, which in the winter I don't love as much because I want something natural looking and softer on my skin, but in summer actually you do want things to stay in place because the sweat is real. Recently I got introduced to a new brand called Et al. I think it's a British brand, I'm not sure. I went to their launch, and actually this concealer is a really nice shade. It's a little bit bright for me, but it actually blends out really nice and has really good staying power. So I've actually been layering up my concealers. I've been using the Dior Backstage, the Lancome, the Et al, the Dior Forever in 4.5N, and a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury in Beautiful Skin Concealer, and it actually just all comes together really nicely. But because that just seems like ridiculous to actually recommend, I'm just going to use a little bit of the Dior Backstage, the Dior Forever, and the Et al as well. For eyes at the moment, I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury Chocolate Veil Matte Eyes to Mesmerize. This is really good because it just stays put, and I just put a little bit on my lid and use it as a base for like eyeshadow or just on its own, and it just literally doesn't move. And sometimes I get really bad hay fever, so my eyes start to water. When I've got this on, the eyes don't water half as much, so I really like it for that. And for eyeshadow, I've been using the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership eyeshadow palette. It's just really nice. It's got lots of different tones in it, and it's all matte, so you're not going to get too sheeny shiny. I tend to use these 4. Sometimes deepen with that, but usually these 3. For bronzers at the moment, I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin in number 3 Tan. I just use it here. I mean, this is actually more my winter bronzer. I normally use the Say, which I haven't actually switched to yet. Very natural, and if I want to make it slightly richer, I go for the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Bronzer in the shade Sunspell. This is a little bit deeper, and it just gives it a bit more oomph, but it's very sheer, so it doesn't like add too much to it. It just slightly changes the tone of it a little bit and just makes it a little bit more rich. As this is a summer look, I'm using a cream blush, my favourite of the moment for really summery vibes. It's the Pat McGrath Labs cream blush in Fluorotique, and it just gives a nice bit of highlight and rosiness at the same time. One of my favourite things to do at the moment is layer on lots of bronzers. So I start with the Pat McGrath Labs bronze in the shade Burnished Honey. Before that, on my nose, I use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Medium. I do start to look a bit freaky at this stage, but it will all come together, I think. Because I've got it and I like it, I go in with the Nars that I just got recently. This is Laguna 07. And this is like the most bronzy of them all. Because I've been really loving it as a eyeshadow, I do that. And you don't have to use the pat and this, you can use either or. Just to make it really crazy, I'm going to take this all down. I use the Dior because I've got it and I really like it. The blusher in Rosy Glow Mahogany. My favourite powder of the moment is still the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Brightening in number 2, the yellow one. But because it's so bright, I have to actually tone it down with the Laura, but I'm going to use it under my eyes. On a bronzy summery day, I use the Gucci blusher. This is 06 Warm Berry. It's quite a warming, nice blush. My favourite highlight of the moment still is the Hourglass Tiger highlight. And the gorgeous thing about this is you have lots of different ones. So if you want to be like more bronzy or more copper, you can go for that blush, that highlight. But I just tend to use this one. Now, depending on how hot it is, there are 2 ways I tone it down and also try and counter the yellowness of the Charlotte. Because the Charlotte is quite yellow and my kind of winter skin tone, I go in with this one in the middle, this Hourglass brown, just to kind of take it down a bit. And just to try and match my neck, because the more I brighten my face, the less it matches my neck. And it also helps me start to tidy up my cheek where I've gone a bit OTT. If it's really hot, then I'll use the Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep because it's just a bit more refining and also helps my face stay put a bit longer. If I want to smell nice, I go in with my Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. For mascara, I've used the Pat McGrath Labs Fetishized Mascara, and also on the liquid eyeliner, I've used the Pat McGrath Labs Perma Precision. On my lips, I've used a tiny bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Intense Lip Liner. At the moment, I've been using a very intense combination of 4 lipsticks. Well, actually 3, but I'm going to use 4. So sometimes if I just want a quick and easy, very long, much more long lasting lipstick, I will use these Nars ones. This is the Power Matte in No Angel, and this one's quite terracotta, and it does last quite a long time. And I can just reline it and then use the pinkier one on top just to brighten it up. Or at the moment, I've also been using the Say lipsticks in the Lip Blur in Modern and Nouveau, and just going in with whichever one I pick first. I'm then going in with the other one. It's quite over the top, obvs. And then a little bit of the Glossier C-Suite or Suit in the shade Lane. Dabbing that in the middle. And then to kind of bring it down and make things last a bit longer, I use liner again. And then to set everything and kind of bring down the cheeks a little bit, I use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray. And that, guys, is my everyday summer makeup look. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Will you be buying anything? Will you be trying anything? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slapp family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on